The only constant thing in our physical life is change. Nature constantly reminds us of that. When I go to my daily sunrise and sunset walks with my dog, I might take the same route, but the scenery is never the same. One evening, I took a picture of a red leaf on a tree. It reminded me how we all move through seasons in life, never standing still. The sunrises and sunsets are my other favorite reminders. They're never identical, no matter how many I've seen. Nature is in constant motion, never stagnant, never permanent. We often look for stability out there in the world, but the truth is, the outer world is always changing. Resisting that change only creates suffering. Instead, we can flow with it, just like nature does. And when everything outside of us shifts, there is still something deep within that never changes, a quiet, still, creative presence. The more we root into that, the easier it becomes to ride the waves of change. Change has always been the rhythm of my life. From ballet studios in Russia, to film sets in the US, to new states and new stories. So when Costa Rica called, change wasn't unfamiliar, but it was still a leap. One that taught me to trust life's rhythm more deeply than ever before. Before taking that leap, we came to the country on a discovery trip. 2 weeks of simply listening, feeling, and seeing if this land truly called us forward. We rented a small studio apartment above a dive shop in Tamarindo, just steps from the beach. And one of the first things that completely blew me away was food. Okay, first off, there was this tiny Chinese restaurant right downstairs. The best Chinese food I've ever had. Yep, apparently I had to come to Costa Rica for that. It was a small family-run spot with mama cooking in the back. And when you combine that with fresh Costa Rican ingredients, you get absolute perfection. But the real magic happens at the farmers markets. Every town has them, year-round. Local farmers selling fresh produce, caught fish, fruits that taste like sunshine. We had one within walking distance and went there at least twice during our stay. The first time I bit into a tomato from that market, it took me all the way back to my childhood, to my grandparents' garden, where we grew all the organic produce ourselves. The flavor, pure, real, and alive, it's just hard to find in any of the US stores, even organic. We made tropical smoothies daily, tried local fish, and even cooked a red snapper soup. I found an Asian recipe online. Apparently, these fresh Costa Rican ingredients work really well in Asian recipes.
Yes. That is so good. Like, that's just straight up everything you want in a bite.
And of course, we tried the traditional Costa Rican meal, casado, which literally means married. It's a perfect balance of rice and beans, fresh salad or pico de gallo, a choice of protein, fried plantains, and a drink. One of those drinks was tamarindo, made from tamarind fruit, sweet, smooth, and grounding. And after that first meal, I was basically ready to move here for good. Our home-cooked meals looked very similar. Simple, nourishing, and full of life. Okay, so this is how you open a coconut for the very first time without having a sharp knife, without having any tools, and without knowing what you're doing. So the sharpest thing I could find here, I think, is this wine bottle opener, so I'm just gonna try. I I saw somewhere that one of these little eyes are easier to poke, so I'm not gonna. Actually, it worked. It worked. There is just something about cooking with ingredients grown in living soil and ripened under the tropical sun.
Oh, look at you. You did it.
Of course, you can't come to Costa Rica and skip the beach. We were only a 2-minute walk away from one. Beautiful, but also a surfer's beach. So when you try to swim, well, let's just say you'll get a free exfoliation treatment from the waves and a swimsuit full of sand. So what do? You learn to surf. Tamarindo is world famous for it, even featured in Endless Summer too. This was my husband's and I first time ever surfing. We took a lesson, got totally beat up by the waves, and loved every second of it.
Here you go. What's it like out in the deep side?
It's not deep at all. If surfing isn't your thing, there are plenty of calm, gentle beaches too. We took a trip a couple hours southeast to the small town of Samara. Quiet, laid back, and absolutely stunning. The waves there are soft and soothing, like the ocean is rocking you to sleep. Just don't actually fall asleep, you'll wake up a floating piece of charcoal. And of course, the sunsets. Costa Rica's ocean sunsets are like living paintings. Colors constantly shifting as the sun kisses the horizon. Each one is unique. I got to spend some time just watching the ocean and its rhythm. It reminded me how change isn't something to fear. It's the pulse of life itself, coming and going, always in waves. My painting, Ocean's Pulse, that was created and now lives in Costa Rica, carries that same message, that underneath the waves of change, our creative spirit remains constant, abundant, and free, just like the ocean. In the next episode, we head inland to a Buena Vista at Rincon de la Vieja, a volcano park where you can literally feel the earth breathing.
This is not rain, this is liquid sunshine.
It's a place that shows change in its pure form, steady, elemental, and alive.